everyone, I'm Ferdi Salvador. Join us in unlocking the tricks of the trade here on Trade Talks. Let's get down to business. Are you into collecting luxury timepieces, but you're not sure where to find genuine ones? This episode is definitely for you. 4 watch aficionados have assembled to form 1Timepiece. It's a premier platform for buying, selling, trading, and consigning luxury timepieces. Let's welcome to the show Ryan Yamzon of R.A. Swiss Watches, Roque from Kay of Manila. We also have Kay of ManilaWatchCollector and Manalo from Techwatch PH. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Ferdi.
This has been 7 months in the making. And finally, you gentlemen have said yes so that we can pull out that money from the hat, right?
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for making the time.
I can't say no to you, of course.
Well, you have for 7 months.
You know that.
So today it's all about watch collecting. You know, I'm very passionate about it because, you know, it's a slippery slope, right? And they say, you know, we're not being sexist here or anything like that, but, you know, a piece of jewelry that a man should wear is apparently a wedding ring and a timepiece, right?
Yeah. Correct.
Of course, I don't agree. I like several timepieces and perhaps other, like, you know, risk candy, right? Yeah. So I just want to know, how did you all start collecting and getting interested? Luis first.
Well, at first I didn't like watches. That's what my dad told me. And then during college, that's where I got into it. My dad gave me my first Rolex during college. And then after graduation, of course, you want to flex.
Yes.
So try to upgrade.
So you're like, hi guys, guess what? Yeah. Because that's normal, you know what I mean? The fathers normally give their son or their daughter a timepiece just to say, hey, congrats, you made it. This is my last gift to you. Go out in the world and make your own money. Jay, how did you start?
I've always liked watches since I was young.
Yes.
I started with Armani's. That was my first watch that I bought with my savings.
Same here.
Yeah, there you go. And then my dad gave me a Breitling on my 21st birthday.
Yes.
And just a token, like, hey, you've done well. You know, here it is, right? So since then, I've wanted to start collecting. From the collection, it went to a business. And the rest is history, never looked back.
June?
Yeah, so same with Luis. Actually, I saw it with my brother always, the fashion watches. And then I told him, like, how could I afford one? So eventually tried buying, selling, trading just to have my own. So that's where it started with our quirky pieces like the G-Shocks and all, going back. And then
We all had that, didn't we?
Yeah, for sure, with the light and all.
Yeah.
And then with the fashion brands, and then I eventually evolved into the Swiss timepieces, and that's where it grew.
Ryan?
Me, I started first Timex during my high school days. But when I was in my other previous jobs, I tried to buy a very cheap Rolex, which is 23,000. Then I tried to flip it. I make it around 75. And
23,000 for a Rolex.
It's a 1963 Rolex Precision.
Oh my gosh, it's driving me nuts right now.
There you go. And it goes and goes on.
I haven't heard that price point for Rolex in a
that
million
was,
years.
I think that was 15 years ago or 10 years ago. Something like that. Yeah.
Okay, I just got heartburn because of the price. But you know, you guys have your own platforms of your timepieces, right? And it's actually I see more than selling.
Yeah.
I see the passion coming out of it. But how did the 4 of you join forces and have a collective? You like the term collecting for collectors?
Yeah.
You know, it was a random trip. We were on a flight together. Unplanned, nothing. We were on a flight together, going to different destinations. And during a stopover, we just quickly grabbed lunch. We're like, you know what, we've done business together several times. Why don't we just collaborate and open up our own company, bring in all our inventory together. That results to about 300 pieces. And let's open up a store. And we started with a private showroom in Quezon City. 8 months later, we moved to where you came through to Rockwell. And we've been in Rockwell now for a year. And in about 2 months, we're opening up another showroom.
Well, and how has it been? How's the reception been?
I mean, it's been great. It's been a roller coaster because we're trying to, as owners, it's very difficult to give the job to someone else, right? We're trying to corporatize the whole thing by getting CEOs, COOs, social media, GM, let them handle what they're good at. And we do what we do best, which is buying and selling. That's
So, and of course now, since you all started your collective together at 1Timepiece, have you guys already ascended to the professional level? I'm gonna say it because you guys are already trustworthy. I mean, I trust you with my timepieces, but we are already at the point wherein you are icons in this market segment, right? So, would you call yourselves like professionals, timepiece experts? Would that be a good title to call yourselves?
Yeah, I think. It's a
Luis?
It's a good title, and through the years, I think we've earned it. We didn't just start like a year ago. We've been in the business for quite some time.
Yes. And how did you guys dive into it, June? Like, do you study the mechanism? Do you open up the timepieces to understand, authenticity and to make sure the moving parts of a timepiece is correct?
We did actually. Personally, me, I opened a service center. So when I was trading, buying, selling watches, I needed like the assurance that what I buy and what I sell is authentic. So traditionally, still examining the timepieces,
Right.
very detailed, but to the point to have it 100%, we hired already professional technicians to check even at the movement, the very details of the watch. But nowadays it's very easy. There's matching of serials already with modern timepieces. But yeah.
So you guys are now the authorities, right?
Oh.
So do
try
people
our best.
call you?
Somehow.
Yeah, do people call you? I need guarantee.
Yeah, of course,
Right,
of course,
like,
of course. Yeah, we just don't want to came from us that we're that, but of course people.
No, because obviously, if
Yeah.
you're dealing in this market segment, there has to be trust.
Of
Yes,
course.
of
So
course.
what we try and do is, of course, we try and cater to the 100%.
Yes.
Right? We have watches from 250,000 up to 25 million. So we're catering to the 100% of the watch collectors, not
Right.
just
And I'm on the median. So I'm wearing one of these pieces right now, and it's gorgeous. I can't afford it just yet. You were saying, sorry, Jay.
Yeah, so that's what we're trying to do, just cater to the whole market, right? The 1%, the 99%, we're trying to cater to the whole market. And I would say the answer to your question would probably be top 3 in the Philippines today. And just trying to grow, further.
I noticed that none of you have vlogs.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Vlogs.
Why? Because a lot of watch resellers or traders, I would say, have vlogs.
You would say-
because sometimes like it's a little scary. I'm not saying all of them, right? But I need to go to a reputable institution to get a timepiece that I can get my hands on in a regular retail environment, right? But I go to traders such as yourselves.
We respect our clients' privacy. We respect our privacy. And kudos to everyone that's vlogging. Do your thing. It's great. I think it's working for them. But we have clientele that don't want to be on camera 24/7 about what they're buying, what they're not.
Yeah.
So we kind of want to keep it private and low-key and just let the watches do the talking, really. Yeah.
How do you take a client? Like, let's take my case on the table. And how do you take a person's journey of purchasing their first major timepiece? Because you got all these brands. You got the A-piece, the Pateks, the holy trinity that they would say, right? How do you ensure or hold their hand and say, hey, this is the timepiece for you, without compromising, obviously, the market segue to a certain timepiece that they want? Luis?
I would say, first, actually, before they go to the showroom, they really know what they want already.
Right.
Yeah, so it's our job to make them understand what the watch is. And sometimes there are cases that they went to our showroom with a watch in mind, and then they came out with another watch.
Case in point.
Yeah, and as always, it happens.
It happens.
does happen
Do
a
they
lot.
normally upgrade to a different,
Yep.
to a
Usually,
different
yeah.
brand, or do they go? Okay, for example, I want this particular
Yeah.
piece. This is within my budget. But then when you explain to them, all right, what's your purpose? Is that what you asked them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Ultimately, like we guide them.
Yeah.
You know, like is it for like an event, a special occasion? Is it something for your personal or your
is it a milestone?
yeah, it's a milestone.
Right.
Yeah.
And how do you help them ensure authenticity aside from the service center? Because there's a lot of people out there. So I actually go to the four of you to make sure that pieces are authentic, right? Because of my personal experience.
Yeah.
But how do you? Let's put. Give me a brand, Luis.
AP.
AP. How would you know it's authentic? How do you tell the clients, hey, this is what you're buying is legit?
So first we have our technicians check it.
Okay.
And then what's nice about AP is if you have the card, you can actually register it.
Online.
And if it pops out that it's part of their inventory, it would automatically go straight to your account.
Yeah.
And so that's like 2 ways to authenticate it. And then since we have a store, we always provide money back guarantee.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
it's fake, we'll give your money back, no questions asked.
At the same time, on the spot, they can also go to our master technicians to check it. We can open the watch for them, everything.
Yeah.
We can clearly show everything just
We're
for...
very open.
We're very open on that.
And these are pieces. What about you guys trade in brand new and previously acquired timepieces,
Yeah.
right?
So we buy brand new, we sell brand new. We trade, we consign for all brands.
So what's the difference here if it's brand new and previously acquired? Because it depends. Sometimes some pieces are so hard to get that even if they're previously owned, the prices are even higher than brand new. But before you answer that question, we're gonna take a short break. Trade Talks, the High Life. Will be right back. You're back on Trade Talks. We continue our conversation with the Watchman, Ryan Yamzon, Luis Roque, JK, and June Manalo. So before the break, I was asking, which timepieces actually are priced higher in the secondary market versus the regular retail prices. June, what's your answer to that?
So basically, it's like the sought after pieces. So for example, for Rolex, it's the sports models. So,
Like yours.
yeah. So right now I'm rocking a Daytona Platinum.
Hey, you're rocking it nicely.
Yeah.
I love the color.
So I mean, most would agree it's the best fit in terms of size. But what sets this apart is the material used. So for example, this is a platinum, so it's one of the rarest elements and the heaviest metals. So it's astonishing to see in a timepiece, and yeah, that's why it's so desirable. And,
I'm gonna tell our security outside to watch out for you so that I can swipe them from your wrist later. Jay, what are the hottest brands right now?
Honestly, I would still say Patek. Patek and Rolex, they're the bread and butter. Rolex is your typical, everybody wants, everybody's milestone. I made it, I want to buy a Rolex.
Milestone, or is it now entry level?
Oh, I'd still say milestone.
Okay.
Because, like I said, we're trying to cater to the crowd, right? So you have, of course, different levels, and the second they're done with Rolex, they'll go AP. After AP, they go Patek. But, in the last year that we've been in the showroom, we've noticed Rolex and Patek do very well for us.
What about you, Luis? What brand do you think is is an established timepiece. When you look at somebody, you're like, oh, this guy's ready, or this lady's already gotten, everything that they want in life. And how do you judge them with their timepiece?
Well, I say Rolex is still king.
Rolex is still king.
Rolex would always still be number one.
Right? But Ryan, they say that Rolex prices on the secondary market has not really surged. It's stable, but it hasn't surged, just like compared to the pandemic years. The pandemic years have just watch prices went haywire.
Crazy.
So
Because of the hype.
what's your take on that?
Actually, Rolex is very stable right now, as of these days. But of course, there's a certain things that we need to consider because in Rolex, there's especially the stainless steel, it always go high. And something like there's watches that it's not really into a price that it would be matter na mataas talaga.
Yeah.
But most likely, Rolex is king and always be easy for everyone, Filipinos, to buy
Yes.
at first.
Luis, what about what do you think is driving the market? There's more Filipinos buying timepieces, quality timepieces now.
I would say it's the celebrities. That's one.
Like you guys?
And second, of course, with people seeing that it's stable, it's nice to to buy something that you could use, and afterwards, if you're sick of it, you could really just liquidate it as as quick as possible.
What about you, Jay? What do you think is driving, aside from the good old kings, as you said, Rolex and stuff like that? There is a market between the 10 million, 25 million, and even above that market.
Yeah.
What's driving that in that market segment?
Well, okay, look, everybody wants a Rolex, right? But you see collectors today, with social media being such a hype.
Yes.
Everybody's talking about Rolex, Rolex, Rolex. Your true collectors now is moving from Rolex to FP Journes, the independent brands.
Yes, like what Luis and I are
you're
wearing,
wearing, right?
Yeah.
Borrowed, guys, borrowed.
They're very, very difficult to get. They're not easy to acquire. And you have the real collectors now that are moving away from Rolex because they've already had it for decades now.
Yes.
While it's getting hype now, they've had it for decades. So they've moved from Rolex to APs to Pateks, and now they're focusing on the independent brands. FP Journes especially, I mean, the price rocketing of the FP Journes in the last 2 months has gone ballistic. Yeah.
I mean, it's like, I think it's about 2,000% higher than when they started.
Yeah, because they only make like 800 to 1,000 pieces a year.
So that's why it's highly collectible.
Yes, it is.
While Rolex produces 1 million pieces a year.
Right.
Right? So there's quite a big difference.
What about I wouldn't say the technical brands, like the jewelry pieces, like Jacob and Company and stuff like that, where you're rocking the ice piece and it's like 100 million pesos or 80 million pesos. What are your thoughts on that, June?
Oh, so with that's like really the hype brands that we see with the big celebrities, the Hollywoods. So it really jacks up the prices when they wear it, when we see it on television and all.
So you're calling it a hype brand. So that to me would translate, and please correct me if I'm wrong, that it won't stick to classics.
We kind of doubt it.
Luis?
Jacob would. We highly doubt that.
Have you ever had a piece from Jacob?
Yeah,
Yes.
we did.
And then it flew.
But of course, it flew. It's a nice watch. But as of now, we don't see it very stable.
Yes, but I'm not hearing RM or Richard Mille from you gentlemen just yet. Why?
He's wearing one.
Yeah.
Are you wearing an
RM
RM?
is different.
RM29,
Yes.
titanium.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the RM is really, but people doesn't want to be kasi na so
Medyo loud.
flashy and everything.
You
But
think it's flashy? Because I think
Some.
if you look at it, it's a
Yeah.
technical piece. And this brand, if I remember correctly, just got into the market, I would say, I noticed about 10 years ago only.
Yeah.
Or even
correct.
less.
Yeah,
Yes.
Right?
About 2010, I think. if
Yes,
I'm not
and it
mistaken.
just went boom.
Yes.
What do you think the hype of that was fueled by? Social media
It
or the
is.
people wearing it? Because the prices are quite substantial
Yes.
for an RM timepiece.
They're one of the best in marketing. I
Yes,
would
because
say.
you can literally buy a flat with an RM timepiece
Yes.
price,
Yeah.
value,
Correct.
Yep.
right?
That's
So, how do they deal with that?
Do they?
It's their marketing. right? It's their marketing. Plus, on top of that, again, same thing. They only produce a very small amount per year. And Mr. Richard Mila himself says, if you guys sell it back to me,
All right.
right?
All right. So I'm going to go down for you before we say goodbye. Ryan, favorite timepiece that you can't live without?
My personal piece, Vacheron Constantine
VC.
7900V,
Yes.
the dual time.
I would
Luis?
say FP Jordan.
FP Jordan? Jay?
Patek Aquanaut 5167R.
As always.
And June?
I love the Audemars Piguet collection.
AP. Oh my gosh, they're completely confusing me. Gentlemen, thank you so much. And I'm so glad that the group of 1Timepieces finally come out of the woodwork and showing your faces. Exclusive here on the Bilyonaryo News Network. And that is it for today's show. I'm Ferdi Salvador. Catch the Bilyonaryo News channel on Free TV channel 31 and on cable via Cignal channel 24. Thanks for watching the Bilyonaryo News channel, always on top.